So let's look at the first problem. A biologist gathered data on the length in millimeters. So here is the length, which is the explanatory variable, with the unit millimeters, and the mass. Here is the mass, which is the response variable with the unit grams. For 11 bullfrogs, so we are looking at the 11 data here in the scatter plot. The data are shown in plot 1. This is plot 1. The first question asks, based on the scatter plot, describe the relationship between mass and the length in context. This is the most important thing. As long as you want to describe the relationship or describe the distribution of the data, you want to put everything in the context. For this case, the context should be the response variable and the explanatory variable. So if we're looking at the scatter plot, there should be something in your mind, which is ODS. The F stands for. The O stands for the outlier. So sometimes you can also see the unusual features here. Usual features, which includes the outlier, the gap, the cluster, but still we're gonna pay more attention on the outlier. And we have the direction, and we have the stress. So if you want to talk about the relationship between two variables, you want to focus on how does this looks like. We are not actually looking at the regression line here, but if you assume that there is a line, it should be something looks like this, right? In that case, you can say there seems to be a roughly linear association between the two variables. And that should be our form, roughly linear. All right, about the direction. In terms of the direction, you can see that there is a positive relationship, right? For that case, the direction should be positive. And about the stress, it seems like the data are really close to the regression line, so that we can see that we seem to have a strong or a moderately strong relationship between two variables. So if you combine everything into one sentence, that should be the scatter plot reveals a strong, positive, roughly linear association or relationship between the mass and the length of the bullfrogs. So as long as you mention the mass and the length, which means you really consider the context in this question. And what about the outliers? It seems like we don't have enough information to know that whether this point is an outlier or not. So like in general, it seems like the line is a great fit. For that case, you can see there seems to be no point that seriously deviate from the straight line pattern of the points in the plot. It looks like there is a linear pattern here. So that should be your answer. Remember the FODS. Remember the FODS, FODS, and also the context for this.